We're here with LP. Such a pleasure to have you back here again.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back again.
Yeah. So the first question is obviously about your album, Churches. Why did you choose this name for your record, and which is the concept of this album?
Churches is for me, I know that word, I just find it just like so rife with like meaning and there's so much that is been done in the name of church and and churches, what higher concept than to have a place to worship God, and I'm nothing if not a spiritual person. I'm like, I believe in God, pray to God. I'm but organized religion. I was raised Roman Catholic, I'm from an Italian family.
Yeah.
So I'm not um I understand organized religion and that it's given many people many things, so much comfort, so much solace, I however I don't really, it's not like something I partake in at this point, I mean, I love going in churches too. In fact, the story of the song is that I was like, going into one trying to go into some in Russia one time, Orthodox churches, and like, nothing, there are Orthodox churches all over the world that, you have to,
Yeah.
obey the, whatever the rules. I clearly am not like a big rule person, anyway, so it's not, but I don't believe in like having to cover my head because I'm a woman, or like, in the Orthodox Jewish religion, sometimes they're not really supposed to touch women because, whatever. I mean, not something I like gonna participate in or whatever, but I get it. But I was just like telling the story, and I was just trying to be like, my particular version of church is all accepting, one which just involves love and acceptance, and and I believe that we all have our own church inside of us, what we hold dear and sacred, and I honor that in everybody, whether it aligns with my beliefs or not.
Cool.
I think it's a beautiful word to say, and
Yeah.
I wanted to bring attention to the song. So I thought maybe, especially if I name the record Churches, that it would be, kind of bring attention to it, and also serve as you know, um, the concept of like, all these songs, many of them about love. All my songs ultimately feel like they're about love.
Yeah, and I noticed, to remaining in the theme of the churches, that when we touch, it's really solemn. It's kind of hymn for this record.
Yeah, well, I feel like it was a great way to like summon people together, and we start to because even when I see an artist, like when I mean, there are some striking similarities to live music, as with church. I mean, not to in any way compare myself to anything like a priest or anything like that. God forbid. But I mean, but there is like, we're all there, kind of like with this same like feeling of wanting to as much as I want to like I feel like one of the audience when I'm singing. I'm not like trying to, partake in some like massive idolatry, thing, but I have to be the person singing. So I have to like be up there singing that way, and they're looking this way. So
yeah, exactly. It's kind of the same thing.
But I want people to feel welcome and accepted, ultimately, and loved at my shows. And I like the idea of like beginning with that on the record, especially.
Yeah, and in fact, the title track Churches, in that song, you talk about love, the true love between two humans. What did it represent to you?
I mean, for me, that song is not, not at all about romantic love. It's just like about people being accepting, understanding, and I don't really have like again, like I don't have I don't really have a criteria that people need to meet. It's just like kindness and respect, you know. Um, and if you have that, like, I don't care what you look like or what your ideals are, you know. I want to try to understand you, you know. I'm not looking for a world full of people that look like me and think like me. I want to I want to hold place for them, to you know, to learn from and to understand.
Yeah. And about writing about love, exactly, how much the pandemic changed or influenced the way you compose?
It didn't influence it too much. I mean, I think it it gave me some extra time, I'll tell you that, you know. I was, you know, able, that's why this record is 14 songs long. I mean 15 with the poem, but yeah, I mean, normally I don't do records that are over 10, 11 songs. I don't think, unless something is 12, but really, you know, I try to keep it brief. But
yeah.
you know, I had some extra time and some extra songs, and you know, there are songs in this record that wouldn't exist had this not happened. So there's, you know, that's interesting. And and also I just like there's ones that are before and during the pandemic. I know it's not like so easy to tell, you know. I think you know, I kept myself pretty buoyant during this time, you know. I wasn't I didn't slip into despair, you know. It was very sad times, very inspiring, and I not necessarily in like you know, a positive way, but you know, I felt like as much as we're been separated by this all, I think we're also very connected, and never have we experienced something on this level of magnitude as a planet. I mean, it's kind of bizarre, you know. It's hard to believe. So I just you know, a lot of songs were like trying to coach my way through things. I mean, you know, I went through a pretty serious breakup with my fiance, and you know, that was not pleasant. And you know, there's a lot of songs about her on here. And you know, most of them from before it happened, you know. And you know, me just trying to make sense of shit.
Yeah, right, correct. And also listening instead the song Recovery, we felt there is a very strong interpretation by yourself, something really special. What does it mean to you?
Recovery?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, from the last record?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, that song, I wrote that about when I was on the other side of a breakup, like I was you know, I was the one that left, and I was just trying to kind of, I was writing it for someone else at the time. I didn't think I was writing for me. It like happened when I was like songwriting for other people. But no one ever did it. And you know, so then when I put it on the last record, I had been on the other side of a breakup where someone, you know, left me. And I, you know, I was kind of like, oh, wow, you know, it like, I understand this feeling even more than I thought I did when I wrote it, you know. And so I thought it was time to put that on a record.
Yeah, and I felt the same way for the song Angel.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, Angels is not about romantic love at all. It's, you know, it's more about you know, just that, like feeling angels around me, you know, having ones that are like alive and, you know, spiritual around me. I mean, I feel like, you know, I can't I mean, someone doesn't get as lucky as I am to, like, you know, do something like this with my life without angels, in my opinion. And you know, so I believe in that stuff. And you know, for all, you know, intents and purposes, my fans are angels in this realm. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to tie recovery and angels together. But yeah, that's what it's all about. Like different opinions.
Yeah. Instead, the song Goodbye has some connection with the lyrics of Lost on You.
Oh, really? Interesting also. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that at all, but yeah, you know, for me, goodbye, it was just you know, me kind of saying you know, trying to you know, figure out what works for me, what doesn't work for me anymore, and trying to be like, you know, hey, listen, I don't, this is not my this is not serving me anymore, so let me move past it and just, like, you know, make way for new things.
Perfect. And instead, which is the message of the song can let you live?
Well, speaking of Lost on You, that song was written about the same person that I wrote Lost on You about, and it was written in that, you know, not too long after Lost on You. So it was like kind of in that place, and just like, you know, I didn't want that to happen, you know, at the time. And so you know, it's a plea, that song, you know.
Yeah, very, very nice. And
Thanks.
about which are the differences between this new record and your previous records?
I don't know. I think it's somewhat more the same, but I think if nothing else, I feel like I kind of like blurred the genres even more than I usually do. You know, I kind of just let myself go wherever I felt like. You know, it was you know, it's like almost like I was a songwriter for myself. Basically, I was just, you know, doing the thing, and trying to, like, just come up with stuff that felt good. You know, Mike Del Rio, like, you know, and I and Nate, we're like in a band at this point. You know, I mean, you know, Mike Del Rio brings so much to the table, brings so much sound and so much groove and all that stuff. You know, and I, you know, I know he treats it like it's like his own. You know, and it is like it is our own. You know, and so you know, it's all my kind of like, it's the thrust of my ideas and thoughts, and, you know, and melodies. But, like, you know, as far as like shaping the songs into final songs, you know, we do all that shit together, and Mike brings his you know, his own flavor to it, and I feel like, you know, because this is our third record together, you know, we've grown into this entity, this, like, you know, three-headed monster or something.
Yeah. And last but not least, in which aspect of your life you retrieve your Italian roots?
You know, I mean, hard to say at this point. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like, you know, I always, that kind of joke, it's like I feel very Italian when I sing. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, I'm always using my hands to talk. You know, I'm very emotional. You know, I don't know, like, you know, I feel like I noticed that when I'm in Italy, that, you know, there's some similarities, but I don't know, you know, I think you know, I think we're also like, you know, we have so many things inside of us, you know, that are at work all the time. But you know, I mean, I love being Italian, and of Italian descent anyway. And I think yeah, I think when I sing, that's the most Italian I am.
Perfect, brilliant. So thank you very much, LP,
for
being with us. It's been a real
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the trouble, but we got through it.